In Oklahoma, inheritance money is legally classified as separate property by default, even if received during the marriage. However, this protected status is fragile. To prevent an inheritance from becoming marital property, and thus subject to division in a divorce, you must proactively avoid commingling and transmutation. Here is how you can protect those assets under Oklahoma law. 1. Inheritance money. How to maintain strict financial separation. The most common ways an inheritance becomes marital property are commingling and a poorly drafted estate plan. If you mix separate funds with marital funds, they may lose their separate identity. Open a separate account. Deposit inheritance checks into a new bank account in your name only. Never deposit them into a joint account. Avoid joint industry. Do not use marital income, your salary or your spouse's salary, to maintain or improve inherited assets. For example, if you inherit a house, use the inheritance money, not your monthly paycheck, to pay for repairs or property taxes. Traceability. Keep a clear paper trail. If you sell an inherited asset to buy a new one, document the transaction thoroughly to show the new asset was purchased exclusively with separate funds. 2. Be cautious with titling. In Oklahoma, placing separate property into joint tenancy, adding your spouse's name to a title or deed, creates a legal presumption that you intended to give the property to the marital estate. Keep titles individual. For inherited real estate or vehicles, keep the title solely in your name. The estate planning exception. If you must add a spouse to a title for refinancing or estate planning purposes, you should have a written document stating that no gift to the marital estate was intended. However, this is difficult to prove later without clear evidence. 3. Address enhanced value. Even if the inheritance remains separate, the increase in value of that asset during the marriage can be considered marital property if it resulted from joint industry. Example: if you inherit a family business and your spouse works there, or you use marital funds to grow it, a judge may rule that the appreciation in the business's value is a marital asset. Prevention. Keep the management and funding of inherited businesses or investments entirely separate from marital efforts. 4. Use legal agreements. The most robust protection is a written contract that explicitly overrides default state laws. Postnuptial agreement. If you are already married, you can sign a postnuptial agreement. This document specifically designates the inheritance as your separate property, regardless of how it is used or managed in the future. Prenuptial agreement. If you expect a future inheritance and are not yet married, a prenup is the standard tool for protecting those future assets. 5. Document everything. If a divorce occurs, the burden of proof is on you to show the property is separate. Maintain a file containing the original will or trust documents, bank statements showing the initial deposit, records of all expenditures related to the inheritance. Important note: while Oklahoma law generally protects inheritances, equitable distribution gives judges broad discretion. If separate property is used for the direct benefit of the family, it becomes much harder to claw that value back as separate. Tulsa probate lawyers near you. To prevent your inheritance money from becoming marital property, there are certain things that you must do. If you fail to do the right things, you risk making your inheritance marital property subject to division. Call Kania Tulsa probate attorneys at 918-743-2233 for a free consultation.